Hello, everybody. How are you weirdos and weirdettes doing? It's me, Haunted. Today, we are going to be working on the kids, aka Nexus, one of many, on this weird Wednesday. So let's just hop right in. Let me put my eyeballs on. All right. So I think we're going to start with little schoolboy Chuck here. How is everybody doing? Ooh, we did not get drink before show. That was not smart on my part. Hopefully we can manage without that. Okay. So, let's get some regular skin tones going first cuz yeah, that's important. And where's another one? Hand flash. There we go. That's the one I'm after. Okay. We don't need an airbrush needle. Let's put that off to the side. Even as little flesh as there is, we will probably have to make one or two coats with this paint. MSPs are really, really, really thin. For Reaper. I don't know why they have MSP on them, but then they're called Reaper too. They pick a name. These guys were, because even though they were relatively easy to assemble, they were kind of a challenge to assemble just because they were so small. And those little spines, you had to be really careful of not to bend or break any of them. They were a challenge. Even though they weren't like mini pieces or anything like that, they were so tiny and spiky. We got a little bit of the infection spreading to this hand, so we'll probably blend some of that malefic flesh into this. Yeah, they're definitely infected here at this point. Okay. Good answer. Thank you. I always wondered that. I was just like, why isn't it just Reaper? I mean, I get it. GW. They're painted called GW paint, even though that's what most everybody calls it. I call it GW paint. It's not. It's Citadel, but it is a GW product. Used to be Citadel de Armor or something like that. I think at one point. Let's get the girl in here. Hello, llama. Blah, blah, blah to you too. How are you doing this day? Nice hair. Yeah. Yeah. I can kind of feel that. Although not as much. this Wednesday, because this Wednesday is a paint day. Any other Wednesday? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a decision you need to make. I mean, I guess you can be both. There's no reason you can't be both, but generally easier if you're one or the other. It's easier on your coworkers if you're one or the other. So I actually looked up the original artwork and found the artist that does a lot of weird uh, promotional art, and he had all the Nexus Kids artwork listed in high resolution. Um, so we'll be using his for references on colors. They're pretty much what you'd expect, kind of a black suit with blue highlights for this guy, pink dresses for both of the girls. I think one's a little closer to like magenta versus pink, but we may vary. We may make one of them with a green dress or something like that, just to throw things off a little bit. But anyways, I did look them up. And I can't tell if she's wearing, it looks like she's wearing gloves on this hand. Let me check real quick. Nope, it is a bangle that she's wearing. So she's not wearing gloves. Okay. That's just a little bracelet. Glad I looked. Because I was like, I don't see one on the other hand. So if they were gloves, there would be a little line there on the other hand, too. Now we know why. I could. She's not super duper infected other than the little, thorax and leg popping out the back end here. The boy's a lot more further along than she is. But you're right, I could take that liberty if I wanted to. Should we just go back over for our second coat now? Oh, I don't know if y'all can hear it, but the beast is trying to claw his way in. I locked the cat out on the other room while I was trying to get set up today because he was just like underfoot 100% of the time. I guess I'm going to have to go let him out at some point. So he knows how his food and water dish are in this portion of the room. Maybe it's because I was super sleepy, but so I drank pop over lunch. Now I'm tired but caffeinated. Ah, okay. Someone made Waldo be on fire. Wait, what? What? No apologies. Tired but weird feeling as yeah, I can see that. I let's see, I get very sleepy with caffeine. So if I find that I can't sleep, I get up and I make a pot of coffee and I go straight out. And also, hi. Yeah, hi. Welcome in. My name is Haunted. We do this every other Wednesday usually. Or, well, first and third Wednesdays, I do. Last week we had a little accident involving the thumbs, or the week before last, excuse me. A little accident involving the thumb, so I didn't stream. Oh, someone made Waldo be on fire. The follow, that's right. Okay, I gotcha. It just kind of what? We forgot to put a coat of paint on her face. No. It is pretty sore. Just putting this little pressure, just holding the miniature is actually not fun, but it's not enough to keep me from painting another week. It was it's pretty bad. I smashed it this way in the door, between the door frame and that. Got a little too thick on there, so we're just going to wipe some of that off real quick before it dries. So you fill out the kiddie pool. Brought the Nexus. Hey, Korok, how are you doing? Welcome in. Yep, we are working on the next kids today. I was thinking of doing like a Kids Incorporated flyer with the next kids' faces kind of in superimposed over it. And I was like, you know what? Most people are not going to even know what the Kids Incorporated are. So we decided not to do that. So husband just got back into Warhammer last weekend while kicking my feet in the game store. I saw these. The next day made him take me back to buy something. Very nice. Fantastic. Which box did you get? No apologies. Oh, Mama asked the same thing. Hey, I'm right there with you. Witches in Woods box. Very nice. Chalk one up for the non-dreamer team. that's the one that most people pick up as their first is Dreamer because of more chompy bits. I think that's I think as far as percentages go, the most picked up first box. There you go. Very cool. Okay, about cut this down. Hit her face again real quick. Okay. See here, I think Homeboy's pretty good there. Let's get some wash in there and start working on darkening that up a little bit. Oh, that is gloss. We don't want gloss. Nope, 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 nope. There we go. Non-gloss. I hear you with that Warhammer PTSD. I still have a pretty sizable Necron collection, but I don't think I'll ever play again. But I'm probably going to end up doing a really huge diorama, like a Tomb World Awakening with all my collection, because I've got about 35,000 points worth of Necron. So, I want them to be used at some point, but they'll not be used in the game. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like big, robot space zombies, right? Yeah, I think you're going to find the Malifaux community really, really good. I mean, they're very welcoming and you don't find any or very little elitism or anything like that. So yeah, it's a good place to get back in and take a break from the other. It's a good place to start too. Outcasts are good. I mean, basically anything's good. It is what you make of it, right? So Anywhere is a good place to start. There's so much to do in Malifaux. Sometimes best just pick the real cool, what you like the looks of, start with, and then work from there. I think we need just way more in the flesh of the face here. When your septum was dragged in. That's just awful toxic. Yeah. That's definitely I've seen it for sure. You'll find a lot more whack players in Warhammer, you know, and that does lead to the toxicity. Yeah, Bandit's cool. I like Bandit. I enjoy the models. It was my first Outcast crew that I painted. Another one I got, even though I don't have the rest of the keyword is oh poop, what is her name? The girl riding the bear. God, her name just totally slipped right out of my head. Just because I love the sculpt. Marlena Webster, thank you. I knew you'd know it. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to play the amalgam keyword, but I need this model in my life. Have I gotten around to painting it? Not yet, but I will. Let's see. Old magazines, travel magazines. Oh wow. I'm sorry, apologies. That just yikes. No one should have to deal with that. Yeah. You're going to paint them up and leave them around your apartment. Okay. Woo. Almost went back to paint. Yeah, that's the best way to describe him. Looks like something kind of out of Hellraiser. I might need to raise my camera up just a wee bit. Weird how you may have to adjust focus. But I feel like I'm way off screen because they're so small, and I was focused in pretty deep. So maybe that'll help. For the boys with the faces peeled off. Oh, the changelings. Is that the ones? And yeah, that's a good set. I like those, or not changeling. Yeah, changelings. Mimic keyword. That's right. Took me a second. Okay, we got our wash down. And let's work on the flesh a bit more. Yeah. Might need to wait till that dries just a wee bit more. It could work. So we're just working in some of the flesh details here. So yeah, I'm haunted. You can find my socials by doing at haunted. I think there you go. That's one or exclamation point. That's it. It has my Instagram and my Twitch page, which I have not streamed personally in quite some time. But I plan to be getting back to it in a couple of weeks. Has my Facebook page and stuff like that as well. I admit I am garbage about posting social media updates. Thank you. I appreciate that. I said I'm hoping to get back to personal Twitch streaming in the next couple of weeks. We'll see. You streamed for ages and then one day just stopped. A lot of people do that. They reach a stage where they just kind of burn out, and it happens to a lot of people. I did it at one point. I was streaming 5 days a week, and it got to be a little bit too much like, the regular job. So, I'm doing 2 jobs a day basically, and I was done. I went down to 2. Well, I went down to 3. Basically Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I was like, no, I need more time to myself. So went to Saturday, Sunday, and then of course, things have happened recently where I've had to stop streaming altogether, pretty much. Sometimes the mood just does not strike. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, it's kind of like fun and games, and then all of a sudden one day you realize, oh, this is actually kind of like work. You're performing, even when that happens a lot for people that actually put on a different persona. But even when you're just yourself, you're still performing, right? I'm still, I have to come up with conversation topics and stuff like that, and talk while painting, or talk while gaming, or whatever you're doing at the time. And it's an actual performance job. It's not just it's not fun. It's not recreation, really. It starts out that way, but when you get serious about it, it becomes like a job. One of the things I always found funny is when I get done streaming, I'm always ravenous, like I've worked all day, kind of thing. Hit a point where the community great though they were. There was just so much to manage. Yeah, back to full time work and couldn't do it anymore. That makes sense. Yeah, felt like a responsibility that you didn't have the mental space. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, that's true. Well, I hope at some point you can get back to it. Even if it's just random occasionally and just for fun. You don't make it feel like it's an obligation type thing anymore. Hey, Spill Paint Pot, how are you doing? Welcome in. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. How about yourself? It's been some time since I've been on the stream. A few weeks, anyways. So it's good to be back in the saddle. We need to come back in and work on them lips a little bit more. All right. Let's work on the boy here. You want to just hobby along right now? I'm trying to finish building Malisaurus. Nice. That's one of those I really want to paint, but it's one of those that it's going to take a lot of time to work on, make it look the way I want to. So what we're doing now is just kind of working up the flesh a little bit. We got a little dark here, and I'm going to pull out a little bit of that wash too. It mix back in so we get some transitions here. Might want to do that with my other finger next time. Can't eat dinosaurs. The most universally loved of any creature. I think almost everybody loves dinosaurs. I've met like nobody that dislikes them. I mean, truly, those everybody loves or has a soft spot for dinosaurs. Let's put it that way. Maybe not loves them, has a soft spot for them. Okay. Working up this flesh first. We always do our flesh first because it's kind of like putting on your clothes. The underwear goes first, and then you start working up the other layers. That's kind of what we do with the flesh. Work from the inside out or inside outward. Makes it easier to kind of fix things if there's a problem. Get these little digits here. Go back to the original flesh color. Get these back here a little bit. Okay. And again, working on that mid-tone or the original skin tone that we put down. Let me come back in here and working on the face some. So I watched a pretty decent little movie last night. And, it has Hooper, the actor that plays Hooper from Stranger Things, in it. And oh God, what's his name? Mackenzie, I think it is, the guy that played the Falcon in the Avenger movies. But it's called We Have a Ghost. It's pretty good. Seeing Hoop as a ghost with a very, very bad comb over is just the worst. And the bowling shirt does not help. Nice thing is when you're painting flesh and you're using your thumb palette, very little of it shows up on your thumb. I mean, not as distracting wise like some of the other colors. I mean, I do have gloves here. If it's a bother, I can put gloves on over that ugly thumb. I don't want to gross anybody out. I mean, it looks so much better than it did. Believe me. I might need to get my Mondo glasses on here. Hang on one second. Let's get the serious glasses out, folks. My bug glasses. And we need some ivory. Well, that didn't quite go where I wanted it, but that's pretty good. Gotta dip and do kid bedtime. All right, no apologies. Well, thank you for dropping in. It was good to see you. Welcome to the world of Malifaux, and we hope to see you more often. Take care. Thanks. Appreciate it. Oops. I had to fix that up a little bit. All right, while that dries, I'm going to go ahead and get working on his suit. So, just come in and cut in black here. We'll be doing some Inky by Darkness, I think, on this. And we do have that kind of infection that's actually spreading across his clothing too. We'll come back and work that in as well. But for right now, we're just going to do the base color of the black. No. All right, couldn't quite see it. It is. It's a great color. It was one of those when I was kind of getting off the GW train that I was trying my best to find an appropriate substitute for. And there just really isn't an appropriate substitute for it. It's like a very, very proprietary color. And not long after I'd kind of given up the search for non GW paints, I was trying to distance myself from them. I found this recipe for the pants or the undersuit for Eugene by Angel Heraldez. And the color blend that he puts together is almost exactly Inky by Darkness. It's based heavily on this. I think this is the color here. Yeah, based heavily on Periscope's green and heavy black green, the opaque series. And those two, when mixed with I think a little bit of black, makes a very, very convincing Inky by Darkness. But it's like a 80-20 or 80-10-10 split, and it's not worth sitting there trying to make that up. Yeah, it is. It's a really good color, and like I said, it's hard to replace. And like I said, I've gotten to where now I use what paints work. So no brand allegiances or anything like that. Although I do have probably more Vallejo than anything else, but Vallejo and Scale 75 I think are my favorites. I use those more than anything else. Yeah. Yeah. Dark Reaper I use a lot. I use a lot of Rhinox Hide. And of course Inky by Darkness too. So yeah. Seems like we're similar color circles. Need to get up there and do the little undershirt. So we're not quite doing the full inside out thing here, but we'd already started painting the black. So yeah. You got exactly. You just got to find what you like, find what works for you, whatever, and use it. Don't. I mean, unless they're paying you, to use their paint, then just use what you like. It's the best way to do it. Now, if Weird had a paint line, I would probably feel compelled to use it more because, well, I'm streaming for them. But otherwise, just use what you like. And sometimes I don't think I am either, man. I kind of want to do these not black. They are black in the artwork, but I kind of want to do these brown. Break that brown black rule. I think I'm going to. This little child has very big feet. Come in and drop a little black wash in here in just a second. Darken that up some. Okay. Got that down. Let's touch up that face a wee bit. Yeah. About need a new brush. I think that's part of the problem. It's got a hell of a curl on it. Okay, here we go. All source is built. Now for the complete ops, it's time to try and build. I would suggest on that one there is an order of operations. Build Abuela, and then put the chair around her. Don't assemble the chair and then try and stuff her into the chair. If I remember correctly, that's what you got to do with her. Because I think I ended up pulling the chair apart to get her in. Hey, Stig, how are you doing? Welcome in. Been a bit. Just a tiny little bit. How are you doing? Trouble. I'm trouble. Not me. No, not me. You've already glued that chair. Uh-oh. Work is done, so I'm back. Welcome back, Cora. Going to be putting down a little bit of black wash. Now, I love this black wash because it's cheap. I can get a 200 milliliter pot for what one bottle or one pot of the GW stuff costs. But it's not hydrophobic, but it does not like water. And it leaves like a white haze wherever water is, typically in your recesses, which is not where you want white when you're doing a wash. So you have to make sure that your brush is good and dry when you use it. But it's such a good value. It's just hard not to. Yeah, work life and all that. Oh boy, man, I think we're all experiencing that right now. I know I am. Like I said, with take care of my mom's house while simultaneously taking care of my household and working and such is just I'm burnt. That's just the best one word phrase I can come up with for it. Burnt. Burnt out. Alrighty, got that down. While that dries, let's work on that suit just a wee bit here. Actually, let me clean one thing up here, and then we'll work on the suit. Okay, and where is my Inky by Darkness? There you are. And start out with a little bit of black mix in it. We're just this is a mix of Inky by Darkness and black, covering most of it, just leaving a little bit in the shadows. And like I said, just kind of leave most of it, most of the shadows alone, but covering most of the suit with this mix. Okay. I keep forgetting we do need to paint that undershirt or the dress shirt underneath. So let's come in there and get that real quick. Man, what is it with my phone? Anytime I stream, it just has to go off nonstop. Jeez, Minetti. Any other time, silent as a mouse. But when I'm doing something, suddenly every telemarketer in the world needs me. Okay. Get those sleeves painted here. Again, kind of the same thing, mostly doing that mix of the incubi up here. Going about halfway around the cylinder of the arms. Not fully, but about half. Okay. Yeah, exactly. That's it. That car's extended warranty. So important. This is just an incubator by itself. We're going to just wrap it on around here. Get a little bit of the stripiness here. Really smell your eyes looking advertised more one at a time. Yeah, it could be. Could be. I don't know, but they definitely seem to have a sixth sense about it for sure. Like, when is it most inconvenient to call me? And it's like they should really know better. Because, like, if it's inconvenient, guess who's not going to get answered? Yeah, you. Call when it's convenient. But they don't ever do that. I mean, not that I would help them out, but, if I were going to, when it was convenient would be the best time, right? Don't call me when I'm doing something else. You're going to get a big fat decline. And we're just pulling up a little bit to the seams. Each of these little pleats or pressed pleats, I guess. Press pleats. I don't know what those are, but those obvious edges. Okay. Let's get that arm, and then we'll be on our way here. We'll have be down to like final highlights on the suit. Okay. Get our Cadillac green. Come in an edge a little bit here. Sorry, getting a little quiet on these. There we go. And again, the same over here. I'll do some wrinkles up on my jacket, get the buttons cut in. And cut that in here. Well, we got it on that color. There. Okay. Now we'll do our sleeves. Get some wrinkles back here across this shoulder. We'll start to come in and do his the little bits of his sleeve that are hanging out there. Okay. I get this other sleeve over here. And the suit will be basically done except for the buttons. I may come in and do a little bit of the Sybarite right at the tips and edges and stuff. Just have to see how it looks. Let's see. Here's the Sybarite. We'll try a little bit real quick. If it doesn't look good, we won't do it. We'll just erase it and go back. Shaping my brush up just a wee bit here. Yeah, I think I like that. We're not going too crazy, just a little hint of it at corners. We did not do the other one real. This one over here, did we? Okay. Now, And just a little bit at the top of each of these sleeves, I think. Here we go. I think that gets that part. Now, let's get us some intermediate blue here. We'll do these buttons real quick, or semi-quick. Yeah, this brush is definitely giving them the ghost. Been running it for a pretty good time, and for it to be a synthetic, it's done really, really well. But that hook is really, really prominent now. And it makes brush direction 100% important, which can make painting kind of a pain when you got to worry which direction your brush is facing before dropping the paint down. Okay, let's get some. We already got our brick red down. Let's go ahead and get his little bow tie cut in. Because we're doing blue-green, we're going to do a red tie, right? All right. Let's get some of that red going now. After that, we got to work on the infected side. That's gonna be fun. Where is my other red? Nope, not that red. This red. Wow, that is a huge delay. I just looked up after selecting a paint and looking all over for it, and there I was still holding the miniature on the screen. And finally, a little bit of this. It's the title version. There's actually 3 of them. I only have 2 on the desk. This Nexus one of many. So there's two of the children. We did their skin work up together, but then I kind of started focusing on the boy version. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, it might be hard to tell, but this is kind of a purple gray that we're doing as the base for the infected area here. No, I was concentrating. My tongue came out there, trying to make sure my brush strokes were perfect. Yes, he sure does. God, what was that dude's name? Cannot remember. Angus Young. Yeah, I thought it was Young. I just couldn't get that first name. It was hanging up. Yeah, Angus Young. You just had to look it up. Well, thank you for looking it up, because otherwise I've been going on and on all night. What was that dude's name? Oh, wow, that brush is well loaded, isn't it? Wow. Just put a little bit of that brick red back into this, like in the recesses. Give it a kind of a sore look, right? Sorry, my big fat thumb was in the way. I'm just coming back in with that that kind of grayish purple and blending that down a little bit. This actually does extend down on his face, doesn't it? Just try and blend that in just a wee bit on his face there. And there ain't a whole lot of room to do much blending here. All right, now Start painting these spikes black. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, is because of the way I set up the Berserker husk. You can see better pictures of them on my Facebook page. I'll show them. They're on my desk too. I'll show them to you in just a second. These are the Berserker husk. The got the kind of sick, infected look. Actually, it's that dark purple that comes out, isn't it? Where is it? Somber purple shadow. Okay, we'll do the purple shadow, then black on the tips. Got to alert, take the dogs out. No, singing a song with their people. All right, man. We'll see you in a little bit. Hey, Lunva. Wanted to know if there are any opportunities at Weird for a creative role. I'm not sure. Weird hobbies. You want to take a stab at that? I know they did. They put out an ad a few months ago, but I'm not sure if that's been filled or not. They may not be here right now, Loon, but when they come back, perhaps they can answer your question. There you go. Just had to go track down that web link, I guess. Thank you, Weird Hobbies. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's why I didn't even hazard a guess. Just a freelancer. Okay. Now I'm going to come in and get a little bit of angry red. We're going to get a little bit of water added to that. We're going to paint some down in these. A little too much, maybe. Here we go. And there. All right. Now we're going to come in with a little bit of this cold flash and do some of the highlights on this. I was kind of torn on doing this setup this way because I'm actually wanting to do more of a gloss black look on Nexus, because I'm going to try and do a non-metallic iridescence on her shell, the little, her thorax or abdomen, whatever you want to call it, abdomen. But it won't look good with this particular color combination. So I'm going to try and do a more black, shiny color on her shell. And I know it's going to throw it off because these are supposed to be Nexus too. But since they were like partially infected, I wanted them to look more like the Berserker husk. Okay. Now, get those little ones on the suit, his suit. They're just all over, aren't they? Kind of getting some Last of Us vibes here. Cordyceps here. There we go. Okay, now we're going to do the slightest kind of blue, purple, gray. Just a few little dibs and dots here and there for some texture. Let's go back to this other color real quick here. Go. All right. Wow. It has gotten very quiet in here. About to fall asleep painting. So we're just building up a little bit of texture here on some of these pieces, so stand out some. A Boila model is a bit of a challenge. I will not deny that one. Like I said, mainly the thing to figure out is that she has an order of operations to assembly, and that is something that the exploded diagrams don't really show you most of the time. You just kind of have to stumble into it or learn from somebody else's mistakes. You're trying to work? Well, okay, Mama, you're excused. Wouldn't want to get in the way of work. Start working on his boots a little bit here. All right. So we're just kind of working that original color back in, keeping the wrinkles the best we can, because that adds to detail of the boot, right? Oh, speaking of movies, I watched a horrible one from 1998 the other night. It had Sam Neill in it, Isabella Rossellini. I mean, it had this like all-star cast. Helena Bonham Carter. It was star-studded, and it was absolutely horrible. It's called Merlin from 1998. I was so thankful when the 4 hours was up. It was, I wanted my 4 hours back. The first thing I thought of, and this is something I never watched. I mean, I watched it through my nephew, I guess. But the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Helena Bonham Carter's character was Rita Repulsa. You thought that was great? God, so horrible. The special effects, the acting, I don't know. Maybe it just hit me wrong, but it was horrible. Yeah, I guess if I had seen it in the 90s, it might not. It was wild seeing Sam Neill with a full head of hair, though. Although it could have been a wig. I don't know. But yeah. That was some old school crap. Let's see here. Where is my khaki? That'll work. All right, so we're just gonna kind of work this khaki around, catch these shoelaces where we can. I'll reflect on my poor taste in movies. Well, I got a little crazy there. Hey, Panda. Oh, no problem. Thank you. Lurkers are always appreciated. You know that. All right. Now, just got to do his hair. And I think what I'm going to do too, I'm going to pull a little bit of kind of purpley wash up here, or that purpley paint. Pull some of this up on this hand because this is starting to be infected. That is not typical flesh here. I'm getting a little bit away from the wash now on the tips here. Okay, now we need to do his hair. What color we want to do his hair? Kind of don't want to do it dark. Blonde might be equally weird too. So, but let's go ahead and do it. We're going to do it blonde. Actually, we could do him redhead. That'd be interesting. Maybe too much red then. All right, so we're gonna do blonde ish. We're just starting out with our English uniform first. Kind of way we always go here. Sometimes go with Dubai Brown if I have enough to work with, but I think this one's going to be like 2 or 3 highlights just because it's so small. So I don't go to Dubai Brown right away. Where's the base coat? Give that a second to dry. Come back here and correct this just a wee bit here. That just was a little strong there on that corner. just about dry there. Okay, now we'll pull in a little bit of our Japanese uniform. The Word was just not working today. Been having problems with words. I must have taken a sharp blow to the head this weekend and didn't know anything about it. So we're just trying to follow those lines a little bit. They're very, very small. It would help a lot if I could put full pressure on my thumb, but can't just yet. Okay, now I'll take a little bit of here, this dark sand. And get to doing some highlights here. Okay. Just a little bit more down here on the sides. Give some roundness to the head. I think these are just a little too bright, so I'm going to tone them back down a little bit. Come on now, paintbrush. Put paint down. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to pull a little bit of that brown I was talking about. That I wasn't going to use. I'm going to pull it down. Shadow down in this little part area. There we go. Okay, one Nexus of many is done. Start on number 2. There it is. Bound to happen. Having to green stuff up lately because I broke part of her hat. Oh no. Oh no. Let me guess, you broke the little skulls off of her hat. This is Emperor's Pink Horror. So, she's now 18% less spooky. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, those don't exactly fit in there very well either. I ended up like trimming the slot at a slight angle, it seems like, if I remember, because it was supposed to like fit straight up in there. But because of the curvature of the piece, you actually had to have like a little bit of a bevel kind of going on. And the slot was like straight up and down in the hat. So I remember adding like a little bit of a bevel, it seems like, to make those pieces fit up in there. Cutting the skulls off the shoehorn shape. That's actually another very good idea. Yeah, that'll work too. And then what, you just fill that slot in then, or do you shove the shoehorn piece in and then glue the skulls back on? Piece in, then add the skulls. Smart. I like that. Yeah. More than one way to skin a non-terrestrial animal somewhere, you know. You keep green stuff on your. Yeah. I'm a big fan of milliput. I know a lot of people that are not particularly fond of it, but I like it. We'll probably be adding another coat of this. Yes, we will. Uh, I use it for any sort of seam filling because you can mix it with alcohol or water and make a slurry out of it. And you can just get a lot smoother fill than you can with green stuff. Green stuff, you always have that little shoulder on either side, unless you're like, oh, God dang. I thought it's caught her hair, not her face. Whew, good. Um, unless you're like a pro with green stuff, I always feel like there's a little shoulder on either side. Like, you got the gaps here, right? And you got your two pieces coming together like that, right? And I always feel like there's a little bump here, a little bump here. So the gap's smooth, but you've got this where it didn't quite blend in here because it's just so stiff. And milliput, like I said, you can just make a slurry out of it, pack it down in that hole, and then just kind of wipe your finger over it. And there's nothing up on top. It's just what's down in here. Yeah. I didn't know about doing it with alcohol. That came from YouTube. I saw, oh God, it seems like his name's DeLuca, something like that. He used denatured alcohol, I think, and he said it worked really well too. I've just been using water, and personally, I'd say from safety standpoint, just use water. Because if you happen to forget and lick your lip, finger afterwards, it won't kill you. But if you got denatured alcohol in there, won't kill you either, but it might make you blind. So I'd rather go with just the water one. Okay. Oh, you know what we did not do? We did not go back and do the sleeves, the shirt sleeves on my little male Nexus kid. You know what? We're just not going to worry about it. We're going to work on this for right now. We got him like 99.9% done. The little sleeves can wait till afterwards. And we were talking about the infection effect on the boy Nexus, that I did it very similar to the Berserker Husk. But I think because this girl has like the abdomen kind of filled in, even though she looks more human, I would say she's actually further along. And we may do this one with the kind of black purple multicolor look like Nexus herself and the Night Stalker or Night Creeper. Night Stalker. This isn't Kojak we're talking about. Probably won't do the multicolor effect because it's just so little sticking out, but we'll probably do this kind of that eggplant purple to bring a purple build up. Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and paint the underskirt here. This is a very dark red mixed with a tiny bit of black for the under color here. So we can't have gray in there now, can we? That's hard to get in there. Let's see if we can do it while she's off this. There we go. That might work better. Sorry, I'm hitting the camera, guys. My bad. Okay, now I think we got it cut in. Finally. Took a little bit of effort there. All right. Whew. Yeah, she is part spider. She's got the infection. I don't know what else to call it. That Nexus tends to spread around, and it converts humans into others of us. Like these guys are humans that have got it. They're a little further along than say the kids are. These are Berserker Husk, and then they got the eyes and ears, which are just barely starting to show. Like they might have like the black eyes, and then they've got little white veins on their bodies here and there, but otherwise they look human. So it's changing in stages. Yeah, they are. This one, I like this one probably the best of the Berserker Husk. Just he's uber creepy, and he's still got a little bit of. He's got some bulk to him. He just, I don't know, he's a little bit more interesting. These ones, the sculpt themselves, or the person, or the thing itself is not bad. The thing I have a problem with is the clothing. What's left of it, the shreds of the pants look kind of weird. But otherwise, the sculpt itself is actually pretty terrifying, especially this one. I like this one. I just wish the clothing had been more like either torn at the knees or just whole, one of the two. Yeah, very. That's what I said. This is bringing on those cordyceps vibes, and I didn't really realize it when I first started painting them way back, because I'd never seen or played The Last of Us, but now that I've been watching it, it's like, oh yeah, that's very, very similar. I'm really enjoying that series. Like I said, never played the game, so I can't judge how good it is by comparison. But I've heard from some that are fans of the game that it's pretty darn good, pretty close. Don't want to do this, or don't want to do Carisburg Crimson. If I can find Carisburg, we'll use it. There, is that it? Yep, that's it. Yeah, that's it. We're going to try this here. It might be a little too strong, but we're going to try it. Worst case scenario, when it dries, we'll go back over it. Might be a little strong here. Let's see. Pull up some of that. Yeah, there we go. And despite the pink dress, I think we're going to make her a ginger. I just feel like painting red hair today. We almost did it on the boy mini, but I think it'd be better on this one. Let that dry a sec. And let's get our red down. We're going to start with the black red we usually do. This looks a lot more red going on than it dries. It's basically like dry blood when it's on there. It's a very dark brown red. And that works good for what I use for my red hair workup. I don't do red, I do oranges and rust colors. Although you could probably use this for an auburn base too if you want to go to the more reddy side of red hair. I tend to go toward the orange side. It looks more realistic on miniatures, I think, than folks trying to paint them red. But to keep from going to red, pink spectrum, we're going to do the bow on top, probably white. The wash is still wet, so I'm having a hard time here. I'm going to have to come back to it when it's dry or closer to dry. Okay, just about got that cut in there, and I did kind of do a little bit on the flash because, you know, naturally, why not? Always got to get one flash BB in there, right? Okay. Go ahead and start cutting in that thorax, yeah? Abdomen, not thorax. I don't want to keep saying thorax. Where's my nightshade purple? Looking. Where are you? I am not seeing it. This isn't cool. I need my nightshade purple to do this. Nope, that is not it. We may just have to do some hex-like and mix with some black because I am not seeing One of my favorite colors. So hex lichen in black it is. Speaking of, my black is almost gone. About time to get some more. All right, so got a semi-close approximation now of Nightshade Purple. See, it's almost black, but just not quite. A little bit of purple left in it. Thinking about the boots, typically black usually. The little female ankle higher mid-calf boots typically were black, even with light colored outfits. So that's probably what we'll do. I have to get her off of this base, I think, to get her out of the handle to get that other leg. Sorry, you can't see what I'm painting right now. I'm just trying to get this bit of the abdomen that I can't reach. Here we go. Whew. Well. Okay, so yeah, what I was saying back to this is that we will probably paint her boots black. Thank you. Yeah, it's just about 50-50 hex lichen and black. Like I said, and it's very similar to the Nightshade Purple from MSP, but for some reason I can't find it on my desk. It should be right here, but it's not. So we make our own. Whoops. Well, that was the end of that. Sorry, guys. We'll have to use these lights. I was afraid that wouldn't last the whole show. Almost made it. 21 minutes away, we'd have had it. But it just didn't quite make it. Man, who turned off the lights? Oh, right. My lamp went out. Whoops. I do like having my little lamp right here. I used to think these things up here were the greatest ever, but that little highly concentrated spotlight directly over where I'm painting, so much better. But it's battery powered and it only has 3 hours battery life. And I forgot to charge it after the last stream, so I was only able to get it up to 70% before stream today. The biggest reason I don't like the overhead lamps is because they basically glare into my glasses. So I've got this big white glare right here in front of my eyes. It's not fun. Okay. Trying to do a little correction here. Got a little heavy-handed with that boot line because of that lovely glare. Okay. Okay, there we go. Got that now fixed. Got that fixed now as I proper English. All right. Let's see here. I can fix this little bit on the hair. That was not done because of wash. Okay, we're getting close to that. We've got about 13 more minutes. I was hoping to get 2 of these done today, but it's not looking like it. So we're going to take some pink quarter and we're going to mix it with a little bit of white to make sure it stays in the same family. The color we already put down. Okay. Actually, you know what? I think we're going to go back to pink core first. And then my hand slips. Fantastic. Oh, it's out of this one too. And that's funny because I don't use a whole lot of paint. So that is funny. It's almost out. All right. Okay. This brush's hook is really starting to get to me. I had to replace it for our next stream. It's just like more and more. It's almost hooked back onto itself. That was a pretty big hook. Just do it this way. Ooh, well, we have sped through that little 13 minutes, haven't we? Almost there. Thank you for that. Weird Hobbies. That is my social link. You can find all my goodies there. Although I admit I am absolutely horrible at doing social media updates. I will endeavor to do better. Okay. We are about finished up with this little bit. I was hoping to finish them off today, these two, but doesn't look like we're going to get done with both of them. So we'll continue on this one and the other next kid. Wednesday after next. Yeah. All right. Yes, 3 whole streams. All right. Well, I hate we didn't finish up the 2, but we got Next Boy basically done. I do have to come in and do his little cuffs around the wrist. But we got Next Boy done, and we got a decent little start on Next Girl 1. And we will be back like Play Weird said on the 15th. To hopefully finish these up. And then from there, we'll be moving on to Spell Eaters, I think. If I can finish those 2 up next week or a week after next, sorry. Again, everybody, thank you for hanging out. Like I said, there's the social link there. That Willow link leads to all my socials. Like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff is free. Doesn't cost you nothing and makes you a lot cooler if you do. And I guess we will see you next week here with, is it Eleanor and Doug next week? I think. I could be wrong. but I think it's Eleanor and Doug next week. But anyways, we'll see you next week here. Take care. Hobby on. Stay weird. Till then, see ya.